Hello there. I have a quick question for you. Have you ever thought about or desired strengthening your connection with a planet in your birth chart? Do you perceive or view the planets in the night sky or, in astrology, so forth, or in your own spiritual practice as gods or guides? And so, if you answered yes to one or both of these questions, I want to share with you that I am going to be doing a live stream tutorial here on March 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, this video is going to give a little bit of just foundational understanding or just a very, very brief overview of what this tutorial will consist of. And I will also share a little bit of guidance on how you can begin to start connecting with a personal planet of your choice now, in hopes that you will join me for this live stream on March 9th. So, what do I mean by strengthening your connection with a natal planet? Firstly, a natal planet is essentially a planet in your birth chart, right? So the birth chart is also known as the natal chart. So the planets have their particular placements in that is indicated within your birth chart at that point in time and at the location of your birth. And so that would be considered to be your natal planet. And so these placements are very important and they give you a lot of information about, of course, your personality, your state of consciousness. They give you an idea of how you may experience certain areas of your life over time. They give you an idea of your strengths and your challenges and so forth. And of course, one particular planet in your chart interacts with other planets in your chart. So it gets really dynamic. And so I have personally found it very helpful in my own spiritual practice, in my own astrology practice, to begin, or I have begun this process of building or strengthening or essentially deepening my connection with a personal planet. So in 2022, or really between 2021 and 2022, that planet of choice was Venus. And there are reasons for that, and I will share that in the tutorial. And then this year, at this moment, it is Saturn. And I also journaled and connected with Jupiter, but it wasn't necessarily a whole extensive ritual with Jupiter. But I definitely, look through my chart and just identify the condition, the interactions it makes with the other planets, and essentially with transits coming forth, and transits in astrology are essentially where the planets are now and where they will be transiting within or how they'll transit your own birth chart, right? So say if you have a planet in Aquarius, right? Say you have an Aquarius sun. Saturn's been in Aquarius since 2020. And so that transit of Saturn, the current transit of Saturn in Aquarius, will make a direct connection with your sun, and that will have some symbolism or some synchronicity or influence over your life, however you want to look at it. And so it's really powerful to connect deeply with a planet one-on-one and really build or create that intimacy. And by doing so, this is really creating an intimacy within, or this is really a process of being more intimate with yourself and connecting to your own divine essence. And so there is that as within, as without, as above, so below. Okay. And so, again, why you should care about learning or connecting more deeply with a planet in your birth chart, or essentially a planetary placement, is how you could look at that as well. This again will help you to understand yourself on a deeper level, on a cosmic level. This will help you to integrate challenges and enhance strengths. And if you are familiar with an ancient timing technique known as annual perfection, it could really deepen and enrich this annual perfection timing technique in a sense where, just to give a brief understanding of this, or just literally in a sentence, every year of your life, a different area of life is activated. And therefore, the sign that rules that area of life, and this is all indicated in your birth chart, a sign that rules that area of life, its planetary ruler, wherever that is in your birth chart, will also be activated. And whatever that planet promises, or whatever its virtue and intention is, which is symbolized within your own birth chart for you specifically, that will come to life and that will begin to manifest in your life. And so if you are already in integrity to create a deeper connection or strengthen the connection with that planet that happens to be activated, you can really get the best, right? The best potential, situation out of that perfected planet. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And again, this is going to be a tutorial, and it's going to be about an hour long, if not a little bit longer, where I will be really walking us through this and what this all means. And if you show up live, you can ask questions, and you can also have the chance to volunteer your own birth chart, and we can go over this for within the tutorial. This will also allow you to bridge again the aspect or the energy of heaven and earth, right? Bringing that energy together and really taking it from the perspective of like, okay, this is what the heavens is doing, and you're bringing it forth as a co-creative experience, right? So it's not just you observing, but you're drawing down that energy in a practice that will be of service for you, you know, when you're doing it, and of course, I'm sure moving forward within your life. And so it's a very expansive practice in way of connecting with your natal planets. And once you decide on what planet you desire to strengthen that connection with, take a look here at the virtues of the planets. And if you haven't decided, this might be a place where you can, look at the virtues and see what planetary virtue really speaks to me at this moment, and what planetary virtue do I want to go deep with, and how do I integrate this virtue within my life, or how do I strengthen it if I'm having challenges? How do I integrate, the challenges, transmute that, or how do I enhance my strengths within this particular virtue, because right now it's just calling me forth. So choose the virtue and just journal on, do you have any questions? What's your intention, and so forth. And this is just an easy way to prepare for the tutorial that will be on March 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so if you want to go even a little bit deeper, go ahead and download my PDF on the planetary virtues. And then you can also get the particular dignities that these planets are in. And so, you'll have their domicile, which is the sign that they're at home in. You'll have their exaltation, where they're just, put on a pedestal and in high honor. You'll have their fall, which, they lack their resources and so forth. And the energy is a bit depressed. They can't really express that energy, just freely, and so forth. And so you can really go deep with these particular planets. I would also recommend that you choose only the 7 planets. Again, the planets consist of the sun and the moon in this case of astrology, but we want to stick with the 7 traditional planets, more so because this is something you can really observe and connect with in your everyday life, as of going outside and being in nature or observing the night sky, right? And so I would suggest really sticking to the 7 planets, at least to start. And then if you want to explore and do something different, you can definitely go to the outer planets. But I will be focusing on the 7 traditional planets in the tutorial. So I hope this piqued your curiosity, and I cannot wait to share with you all this practice and share my experience. And I hope that someone will want to volunteer their chart with questions, and we can all, go on this journey together.